wish that you could read my mind. Wouldn't imagine all you find, a million highways passing by. Well, originally I just started because I loved it. I didn't even think about what I should do. My mom was always mad at me because I never did my homework. I just did music all the time. And then when I was in junior year, I thought about maybe I'll go to a music school. You know, I stopped going to parties when I got older in high school and really started practicing. I took 2 piano lessons a week, jazz and classical, and drove 3 hours every week for a vocal lesson. And you have to practice, you know, practice makes perfect. I found the best conservatories and just spent all of senior year auditioning for them. And you have to create an audio demo, like an audio application almost. So they listen to you, and then if they like you, you have to go there live and sing for them. So it's definitely a different process than the normal college application, but it's exciting because, you know, if you were going to be an artist, you'd show their portfolio. So this is just, you have to show your voice. And I got into a good amount and picked the ones that I really wanted to go for, and New York is where I wanted to be. I moved to the city, it was very exciting, and I was there and was studying and doing all my homework, and my father said, "You want to go see a studio uptown? I know somebody that can show you around a studio and talk to you about, you know, maybe recording some stuff." So I go and I'm sitting there in the lobby and just waiting for this guy. By just right place, right time, I stumbled upon Wyclef Jean's recording session. And I'm obviously there for millions of hours because I wanted to stay as long as I could. I was there for, I think, 8 hours once I got there. And finally he's like, "I gotta go, but you can go play my piano." And I played his piano for another hour. And finally he came in, he was like, "You sing? You play the piano?" Because I'm so shy, I would never say a word. And he's like, "Man, we should do some stuff." And then I started hanging out at the studio, just recording stuff and just jazz for now. And I finally was like, I can't do my homework anymore. I need to be in the studio and just play and sing. And you know, if you miss opportunities or you don't speak up and say, "Hey, you know, I do sing. Do you want to hear me sing?" Or if you don't try to go to a studio or just, you know, send your demo to places, you never know what's going to happen. And I have definitely grown with taking opportunities because, you know, I am very shy and nobody wants to stand on a table and say, "I'm going to be a star and I'm a singer." But you have to do that, you know, and you could do it in a very humble, great way. You only have one life. Music schools are so important, and I do really want to go back at some point in my life and get a degree in teaching because I've been affected by some great teachers that I would love to be a teacher to other students someday. But in the music industry, you know, if you can have the opportunity to do it, do it. Wyclef Jean is from Haiti, and he is like international superstar, and he's also the ambassador of Haiti, which I think is pretty cool. My relationship with Wyclef was so important and vital, I think, in my growth, because not only was he one of the top artists, and still is, obviously, but he let me shadow him. I got to go on tour with him, I got to go on stage with him, I got to share all his fans and see how a master does his craft.
Make some noise for the great Niia in the building, y'all.
Wyclef is one of the most hardworking artists I've ever met. And it's crazy because he still has a great time every time he performs and he sings. He really loves what he does. He taught me a lot about interacting with an audience and just being on stage and how to carry a set and how to present yourself. A lot of the reasons why I felt scared when I parted ways with Wyclef was because, one, I was on my own, and being on your own is scary. And I knew slightly what kind of music I really wanted to try writing, but now I don't have someone to say, "Well, do that," or "Don't do that." You know, I had to rely completely on myself. There are no mistakes, he says. You know, every song you write, the good and the bad, are all all good. They make you grow and they make you change, and out of 100 bad songs, there'll be like one little thing that will turn into something great.
Land beyond, land beyond.
I wrote probably 60 songs, and some are horrible and some are really good, and just try different things. With music, what's the most frustrating thing that I think is hard for a lot of other artists, including myself, is that you don't really know where you'll end up. Like, there's no guarantee, there's nothing you can really do to know for sure where you will be in 4 years or where you'll be in a week. I do think it's good to reflect and take the time you need before you have to move forward, because I think in art especially, you always have to step back from things and, you know, see your surroundings, get a perspective of where you want to go, and create little small goals to get to a bigger one. Because if you try to reach that big goal right away, you'll never get there. You have to go this way first. A perfect example is making an album. You know, making an album is a huge goal, because what direction do you want it to be? You know, there's just so many things that go into making an album. And those are little goals, like who will play on my album? Which songs do I pick for my album? Who's going to pay for my album? You know, I don't know, where will I record my album? Can I even make an album? You know, so, and if you don't answer those first, that goal will just seem completely unreachable.
I wanna go.
I want to do everything all at once, all the time. You really have to stop and choose the things that you know are what you should be doing. The most important things you have to do first. And then once those are done, then you can do other things. Just one of the ones I really want to do soon is go on tour myself, you know, and setting up an international tour, you know, and that's something that I have no idea how to accomplish, and I know that within a few months I can figure out how to get there and what I need and who I can talk to figure it out. So you just have to use everything that happens to you and like spin it into gold, you know, and that's kind of, now I write songs when I'm mad or sad, and they are the best songs, so.
I kept your light on till